We open on a blizzard-stricken, snowy ski town. A white wolf howls at the moon as the storm rolls through, battering everything in its wake. We see tracks in the snow as a yeti comes into view. The yeti roars at the camera, presumably trying to scare us, the viewer, away from wherever he is. Welcome to Mysteries in the Machine.
Hey yo, meddling kids! I'm Charlie.
And I'm Ethan.
And welcome back to Mysteries in the Machine, where it's now winter time, even though we're in the summer right now.
Yeah, we're recording this in the summer, so
Yeah.
yay.
Listen, it's giving me the good vibes. It's making me feel good in my air-conditioned home.
I do like the cozy vibes here.
You love their outfits. You gotta love the outfits.
I do. The one thing I take issue with is the hats, especially Daphne's.
Listen, it's the like 70s vibes. It's the 60s, 70s vibes.
Okay, but here's the thing. Those hats are not going to cover their ears. They're in the
I
snow.
mean, you're correct, but she's fashionable, okay?
That's true. Fashion.
Form
and her hair
over
does
function.
come over her ears, so that could help. I really know
exactly.
my hair's never been that long, so.
Well, you know what? It helps to have longer hair in the colds.
Mm-hmm,
it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they have their iconic outfits. I'm so glad. They do, in fact, like, keep at least similar outfits later on, even in, like, the modern stuff. I'm like, yes! We have their, like, just the winter outfits. It's just, they're cute, okay?
Yeah, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first instance of them having their own, like, individual outfits that are, they have a theme, but they're, like, tailored to that specific individual instead of, like...
Yeah, unlike the diving suits.
Yeah,
I mean,
where they were all orange except for Scooby's.
Yeah, they really haven't changed outfits a whole lot, but, like, not including disguises. Like,
no, this is different.
So we have like we have fashion from the gang.
We do.
Fashion and Scooby-Doo. We love it.
We do. Yet
it's iconic.
Their outfits, though, they like have similar vibes to what they would normally wear. Like, Shaggy has this green coat with brown fur around the neckline and some brown furry earmuffs. Velma has a big orange sweater and a red scarf with an orange beanie and a little red poof on top of it. Daphne is wearing a purple coat with a light purple trim and a purple hat that, like I said, is pretty impractical, but c'est la vie. And then Fred is just wearing a blue jacket and a blue beanie over what he would normally wear. So,
vibes. Listen, they have fashion, okay? Just them and their fashion. We love it.
I think, and you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, Daphne's family was able to hook them up with these custom accoutrements they have on here.
Oh, you never know. You never know if, like, they got them at, like, different places. You know?
Sure. I mean, but where are you going to find a green coat with brown fur around the neckline?
You don't know where Shaggy shops.
That's fair.
He could have thrifted that.
Honestly, I can see it.
I think that Shaggy thrifts his clothes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he's anything like the stoners I know, he definitely does.
I love a good thrift store.
Me too.
And I'm not a stoner.
I occasionally partake.
Wow.
I know.
Can't believe it. You hang out with Medusa.
I know, I'm a degenerate.
All right. So, we're iconic. We're cold, and we're going to this cute little inn. Except it's not cute because there's a weird dude who's works here and he's super sus. And then there's a guy that walks in who's
Yeah.
also super sus. And it's like, were we even trying in this episode?
And kind of a racist depiction of the second guy, and that's not even the only one.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't even. I wasn't even focusing on that because I was too focused on the other one.
Fair.
Yeah, fun times. This episode.
Like we've said before, it's a product of its time,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But anyway, we're
Uh,
informed that these are Mr. Greenway and Mr. Leach, respectively.
and Mr. Leach comes up and gives a suspicious-looking suitcase to Mr. Greenway. It's like, just keep this safe for me. And Mr. Greenway goes, and like, they're up to something.
Yeah, there's some going on here.
Maybe the actual mystery of the episode is trying to figure out what they're up to, and it's not even about the snow ghost.
I mean, depends on your point of view.
True. Well, we have our rooms at the hotel, and like, be careful, there's a snow ghost. Uh-oh. Fuck. Also, there's just like wolves. Don't worry about
Yeah,
the wolves though, they're not as scary as the ghost.
sure. Which, like, wolves are bigger than you think they are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because,
Yep.
like, when I think of a wolf, I think of, like, something the size of a German Shepherd just colored differently. But they are so
Mm.
much bigger.
Yeah. Big doggo boys.
Very, very big.
So the first thing we gotta do when we get into our room, gotta make sure everything is secure and locked. Shaggy opens up the blinds, make sure the window's locked. It's like, okay, it's all fine. He's like, fuck, there was somebody through the window,
Yep.
and it's the snow ghost. We already found him.
Yep. Didn't even need to look for him. He's just there, creeping.
Yep, and then what do we do again? We have everyone on Velma's shoulders.
Yep. And Daphne doesn't even join until later. Because you get scooped up, and everybody runs outside. Well, Velma runs outside with everyone on her back.
What is this, like, scored, like, 2, maybe 3 for Velma being super jacked
Yeah.
secretly?
Yeah, I mean, that's why she wears all those big, frumpy sweaters. Nobody knows she's fucking jacked.
Oh my god. Alright, so we go outside and we look to see, oh, are there any footprints in the snow? Can we find out where this guy was? There's nothing there.
Dun, dun, dun. So we find some snowmobiles, I guess, and start looking around.
Just blindly looking around because we have no direction to look towards.
Hmm.
Except now there's footprints in the snow.
Yeah, they just appeared after they disappeared. Interesting.
I don't know, seems suspicious.
Quite suspicious.
I just love the animation of them going up and down and up and down and up and down.
Yep.
Did you guys need to do that?
I think
No,
you
not
can
really.
tell that this is a season finale because you have a lot more variety in the animation. So they're like, you know what? We somehow have some extra money. We're going to use it right here.
Yep, nothing for next season. Just right
Nope. Just right now.
now. And our snow ghost is looking off at them in the distance. And now we've come to a ledge. What the fuck are we gonna do, guys?
But then the snow ghost appears on the other side of the gap and he flies over to them.
And like, is that not terrifying?
Oh yeah, if a Yeti could fly, that would make it so much more terrifying than they already are.
Like, a Yeti coming after you? Terrifying. A flying Yeti? Worse. So much worse.
So much worse.
Why would you give them that much power?
I mean, they're already super strong, basically immune to the cold. What more do they need?
Yeah, exactly. So, we follow where the heck he's going, because he just, like, flies away from them. He, like, swoops down, is like, whoop, gone. So he's gone, and we gotta figure out where he went. Oh, look, there's a creepy cave.
Of course there is.
Creepy cave with lights on. Scooby, can you go check it out for us?
Nope, he's got a broken leg. Sorry. No can do.
Like, comes out in a hospital bed
Right.
with a cast and everything. Beautiful. And it's
What a
like, it's not gonna
ham.
work. And then the hiding when he actually goes towards the cave.
Right, where he's hiding behind these like really skinny trees
Skinny
that
tree,
he has no business being able to hide behind at all.
tiny bush, rolls into a snowball, crashes into the top of the cave. Alright. And he looks in, he's like, okay, there's no one there. Guys, come on. Whistle, whistle, let's go.
What y'all waiting for?
And here we're gonna come to another racist depiction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This. I just realized I don't have my captions on. So this place is all like decorated.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly it's all Tibetan.
I
I
mean,
don't know how accurate that is.
I don't either. I am not well versed on Tibetan decor, so
I have no idea, but that's I think what Velma says in this episode.
that is what she
Uh,
says.
and then a man comes out when they pound on the gong. Like, of course, you probably woke him up, guys. Rude.
He's just taking a nap. Why you gotta disturb him when he's taking a nap? The man is old. Let
Yeah,
him
leave him
sleep.
alone, guys. But they thought that this was the home of the Yeti, and it's not. Instead, it's the home of a man who's like, many years ago, I encountered the Yeti.
Like,
Because, like, you're from Tibet, obviously, you've gone up to, like, the Himalayan mountains,
mm-hmm.
and you've encountered the Yeti,
That is where
as you
they
do.
that is where they live.
Of course. And in the story, he, like, jumps to a different ledge, and the Yeti falls to its death. And that's why it's seeking his revenge all these years later in a different country?
And it can fly now.
Like, what? Sir? I don't know, man.
And his pet wolf comes in. Sure.
Yeah, like, don't be alarmed. It's just a wolf. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm going to be alarmed. It's a fucking wolf.
Clearly he's tame, obviously.
Yeah, but like, I don't
This could be...
exactly go up and pet strange wild animals.
Why not?
Danger.
Oh, okay. Pussy.
I am what I eat.
Hey! Scooby stole the bone of the wolf, and that's why you need to be scared, actually.
Yeah.
He gives it back. They leave on their little snowmobiles. Well, what are we gonna find now? We're gonna find more footprints! Even though it can fly!
And there's sawdust in them.
Hmm.
Curious.
Well, that means they gotta go to the old sawmill. Because there's always one of those around.
Sure.
I guess. Shaggy being like, this place looks like more like a scare mill than a sawmill.
I mean, yeah, sawmills are scary. Like, they have giant blades to slice through trees. Like, it's not someplace I want to go on a regular basis.
Yeah, just a little bit terrifying. No worries. We have our split up. It's Shaggy, Velma, and Scoob. And then Fred and Daphne. What are we gonna find?
What do we find? A broken mirror.
The worst thing! Ah!
Well, they got bad luck now, I guess.
Well, they didn't break it, though.
Oh,
if you didn't break the mirror.
It's only if you break it, not if you see one?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you break a mirror, you get bad luck.
Okay.
Well, then both Velma and Shaggy are taken away.
Yep, the Yeti kidnaps Velma and Shaggy's disappeared through a trap door in the floor.
And then Shaggy and then Scooby's just like, what? Where? Huh? But he hears Velma's voice, so he goes to rescue her. She's just like, I'm sorry, this reminds me of like tied to train tracks kind of shit. But like
the vibes are similar. She's chained to a log that's going to be split in half.
Terrifying beyond belief. Scooby cannot saw her out. He tries to get a bigger saw, and the snow ghost is attached to it.
Yeah,
it's attached to it. So he just wobbles it and wobbles the guy away. So like, okay, we gotta New plan, new plan. What are we gonna do? Body horror.
Yeah, Scooby is going to become a beaver, at least partially.
Yep. Just like
Sure.
does something with his face and then chews off a bunch of the log, and then Velma's free ish. She's still
Well,
tied to a log, but like
yeah,
she's
she's
not
not
gonna
going to die, but she is
immediately.
still chained to a log.
Yep. So we slide down one of the weird little like log slides that they have in sawmills. I don't know how this works.
I have limited experience with sawmills, and I don't think that's how that works.
Everything I know
But
about sawmills comes from Scooby Doo.
that's valid. Uh, so, so as they're sliding down, the snow ghost slides a log with dynamite tied to it after them, and Scooby
uh,
takes off Velma's glasses and puts them on himself to give him the brain cells he needs to figure out whether this is dynamite or not.
You know what? You know what? That's even better. What I was gonna say is that, oh my goodness, that means Velma must be farsighted because her glasses help him read close up.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But no, I think it's more likely that he was just like, I need the brain cell. I need to figure out what the heck's going on. Um, Velma can't help me right now. So
She can't. I mean, she's tied to a log. I don't know what. Well, not tied. She's chained to a log, which is substantially hard to get out of.
yeah.
So I
So
don't know what you expect her to do in that situation.
no idea. Nothing. Presumably just scream for help, which is what she's doing. So they go all the way down the weird slide and they float into the water, and then Scooby uses his tail to make like just make them go super fucking fast away.
He turns his tail into a motor.
That's what it is. The word. And then the dynamite just goes off. I feel like that should have had more of an impact on the episode, but it didn't.
Yeah, it probably should have, but it's all right.
Yep. So they all go back to the sawmill, and then as they're trying to debrief Fred and Daphne on it, oh no, there's another ghost. He's covered in white. Ooh.
Ooh,
Foot goes on a bucket and then falls into water. Who is it?
it's Shaggy.
It's just Shaggy. Also, he should have hypothermia, probably.
There's another instance in this episode where him and Scooby should have hypothermia, but we'll get there.
Yeah, exactly. But Shaggy's like, he's fine now. He woke up as a Goonie ghost, I guess? I don't know.
Sure.
No real explanation of what happened, but he got white stuff on him. And that's the explanation of why. Shut the fuck up!
I didn't say anything.
You made a face. Shut the fuck up.
I did make a face, that's true.
But the fact that, like, Shaggy's white ghostliness could be wiped off means that, the ghost must not be a real ghost either.
No.
That means it's just, Bigfoot, not a Yeti.
Obviously.
I mean, that's my brain logic.
Of course. So the snow ghost finds them and throws a barrel at them.
And we're running
Okay.
away.
Okay, Donkey Kong.
We are running away. Everybody is running. Everybody is hiding. Shaggy is hiding under the floor, under a bucket. And then they get away. Then he's chasing the others. They hide behind some logs. And then Daphne's inside of a log,
Sure.
which is in fact a clue.
That's true, it is.
It's fine,
Like,
it's a
it's like a Splash Mountain, or I guess what's the name of it now? The Tiana ride.
Oh, fuck. What is the Tiana ride?
You're the mom. You're the one who's a mom who's a Disney adult.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Thank you.
I am a Disney adult, so leave me alone. Doesn't mean I remember everything. I have word problems.
As much of a Disney adult as you are, your mom is like 10 times more.
True. Okay, so we have Secret Hatch in a fake log, and there's like uh jewelry in there. Just
Okay.
this is this is fine. Uh yeah, so we know that they're smuggling something through a sawmill. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scooby are being chased by the Snow Ghost once again.
They
Um,
get into they jump off a board, land in a snowmobile perfectly, and take off, while the snow ghost flies like 2 inches above the ground after them.
like he's just like hovering. He's not even flying.
Yeah,
He's just hovering, is what it looks like.
yeah.
And then every time they hit a rock, of course, somebody like goes flying.
And they switch places. Sure.
Yep. For 5 seconds, like they're behind the Snow Ghost. It's like, oh no, he's in front of us. And then for some reason, the same thing happens to the Snow Ghost when he hits a rock. Like, huh? He can't be flying if that's happening, right?
No.
Hmm. And then Scooby and Shaggy are on some thin, thin ice. Fuck.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've wanted to tell you this story, but I couldn't think of a good time to do it.
Okay.
When I was about 12, I had something similar happen to me, where I fell through thin ice. It was up to my waist.
Oh no.
Yeah. And, I wasn't frozen in a block of ice from the waist down, but
Yeah. Well, you're not a cartoon character.
I did almost get hypothermia.
I'm glad you didn't.
No, luckily I was able to get out of the clothes I was wearing and into new ones. I was actually put in a trash bag to warm me up with the head cut with a cutout for my head so I could breathe.
All right.
But yeah, I fell through ice at 12 years old.
I'm glad you're okay. I'm sorry that happened, bro.
Yeah, I mean it. Yes, it was traumatic, but like I laugh about it now.
Are you Jack Frost?
From the waist down, I guess.
Yep. Then we'll give you the little DreamWorks guy legs where they're like super, super thin.
Yes, that's definitely how that works.
Exactly how that works. You're just Rise of the Guardians Jack Frost from the waist down.
Am I in a 5-part Tumblr crossover now? Is that my legacy?
The bottom half of you is.
Fair enough.
You gotta match it with the top half of you,
Yes. Yes.
and then you get the white hair.
I mean, genetically I'm predisposed to going bald, so having white hair would be perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, don't go bald. Don't do it, bro.
Listen, I have no control over this.
But you have iconic hair.
I do?
Yes,
Thank you.
you have the Ethan hairstyle. This is the hairstyle I think you've had since I've known you.
Probably. I've really changed it up a lot.
It's just plus or minus the beard.
Yeah, that's really it. Listeners, I've known Charlie for like 4 years, so
And my hair just changes every day because I can't decide what to do.
yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
So our heroes are in blocks of ice, inside of the snowmobile. Still, they're riding in it and they're in blocks of ice because they
And the
fell
snowmobile
through.
has continued to go this whole time.
They fell through into the water, and then they're still going, and the guy's still after them, and then they go off of like a ledge, and they fly into the air and fall into some snow. The gang has to try to now get them out of some ice.
Which, like, I don't know how the fall didn't break the ice.
I don't know.
Been that high off the ground. I don't
know. But now Fred's idea here. Okay.
This is the simplest and stupidest Fred trap I've ever seen.
Seriously. He's like, so the quick freeze worked on you guys. I have an idea. What we're going to do is we're going to throw a bucket of water on the Yeti, and that's it. It's a whole plan. Beautiful, brilliant, inspired.
Mm-hmm. And they have Scooby do it, because of course they do.
Of course, he's the only one who can do anything plot relevant. Yeah.
His name is on the show, right?
I get it.
Sense.
I know. I just also want some development from my human character sometimes.
I'm gonna say it's not Fred Jones. Where are you?
Fred Jones, where are you? I don't know. So they give him some Scooby snacks via balloon. He eats them. Hey, look, the snow ghost is right there. He's right behind you. And the water doesn't work.
It freezes coming out of the bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'd say about that.
Yeah. Is no good.
I don't know how plausible that actually is, but here we are. I've given up on that now.
As you probably should.
So while Scooby is trying to escape from being grabbed by the snow ghost, Shaggy makes a giant snowball, uses a tree as a slingshot, and yeets it at the snow ghost's face.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Which, like, props to him, because like Shaggy's normally a coward, like Scooby. So like, while it is out of character, I applaud him for doing that.
Yep.
And for the second time this episode, characters get rolled up into a snowball.
Yep. First Scooby and the Snow Ghost, then the rest of the gang, and then we've caught him, and the mask falls off. Who's the Snow Ghost? It's Mr. Greenway.
Dun dun dun.
No way. And then we explained to the local sheriff what the plan was. That Mr. Leach was stealing some precious jewels and jewelry and giving them to Mr. Greenway so that they could sell them.
Sure.
They were just trafficking some stolen goods.
Yeah.
And they got this story off of the old Tibetan man who was living in the cave.
Good for him.
Good for him. I'm glad we credited him for the story, at least.
Yeah. Otherwise, that would have made the whole detour to get there kind of irrelevant.
Yeah. And we figured out how he floated and flew.
Transparent skis. Okay.
Yep. Transparent skis. Totally works.
But like, Scooby doesn't even go off a ramp and he flies into the air.
Don't worry about it.
Fine.
It's all fine. Did they explain how he flew?
Let's see. They look like he could fly.
I assume that was like wires or something.
How do you do that? Transparent plastic skis. That's all they say.
I'm sorry, the other flying though?
Oh, the other thing? I don't think so.
Yeah. Because he flew like at them.
Yeah.
That one time. How do you explain that shit?
Guess they forgot to include that part.
Well, fuck.
And once again, to end the episode, we have Scooby pissing off a small animal.
And everyone laughing. Yay!
And that's a wrap on season 1 of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
How do we feel about this season?
It's a mixed bag, really. Because, like, we've got some really iconic moments, but on the other hand, racism. So,
yeah. Sadly, something we will find in a lot of Scooby-Doo. But
at least right now, where we are.
Yeah. I feel like once we get through all of Where Are You, we're going to have to do, like, what was your favorite episode kind of deal. Yes. What was your least favorite? I think we know what our least favorite was. But,
Decoy for a Dog Napper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we just had the same thought immediately. Like, it's probably that one.
I mean, we both said it was just something we had to get through, so, like...
Exactly. I mean, there's at least one other real bad one coming up.
I'm trying to think of which one that would...
I know A Tiki Scare Is No Care is not good.
Probably
and
not.
I think Mystery Mask Mix-Up is also not great, as far as racism goes for Scooby-Doo episodes.
I don't think... Oh, that is Where Are You? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Well,
it's
I also can't wait till we get to new Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah. I mean, we've got... Let's see, after this, we've got...
Some of those I haven't seen.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got a couple months more of Where Are You, and then we're moving on.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan.
Yes.
Guess what time it is?
It's terror time again.
All right. So this episode, even though we're already in 1970, this was actually made in 1969. So like, blast from the past.
Wow.
Ayo.
Whole year beforehand.
Mm-hmm. The pun, the title is actually a pun for That's No Ghost.
Wow. Wow. A pun in a Scooby Doo episode title? Who'da fucking thunk it?
I mean, not all of them are puns. Some of them are just like, this sounds good. Scooby Doo and a mummy too. Like,
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
go with something.
As we said earlier, the episode introduces the gang's winter clothing, and like you said, this kind of sticks around for most of the interpretations where they're able to do like cold things.
Yeah. This is the last episode with Stefania Christofferson as
Okay.
Daphne. This is her last episode. The next episode we come to, it'll be Heather North Kenny, also just known as Heather North, I think.
Okay.
Who I think does a majority of the Daphne voicing before Gray Delisle comes in.
Okay. Cool.
Uh,
So this is the first time the monster actually tries to kill one of the gang, at least intentionally, according to this wiki.
Have
But
you
we have
not?
evidence to the contrary. So,
I think,
uh,
was it the clown that was the first one? Because we had
yeah, because he was popping the balloons to make Scooby fall and splat.
I was gonna say the Scooby Fall and also the lion. Like
Yeah, that
that
too.
that one escalated like quite a bit.
It definitely did. Let's see, where do we get? I'm checking the video that I've been referencing. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's see. Okay, so Mr. Greenway goes away for so he gets 10 years for jewel smuggling, 11 years for attempted manslaughter, uh, attempted murder, uh, life for that, 6 years for child endangerment, 3 years for animal abuse, and 4 years for menacing. So life plus 42 years for this man.
Boy, oh, it's a lot.
That is a lot. So
All right. So our villains of the episode, Mr. Greenway and Mr. Leach, are parodies of Sidney Greenstreet and Peter Lorre.
in the Maltese Falcon, okay, that's a pretty famous older movie. So
I'm like, I've heard of it. I don't know what it's about, but yeah, we've got a big man and a man with a distinctive accent.
sure.
Okay, let's go with that. Um, this episode is the first time Scooby's scared of his own reflection. That's funny.
Okay.
Thank you,
That's
trivia.
one way. Let's see. So if Mr. Greenway hadn't dressed up as a snow ghost, the gang would have never uncovered the jewel smuggling operation.
Yeah, they didn't
I
even
see.
care that the guys were being suspicious. For once, they
Mhm.
weren't like, huh, I wonder what's going on with that.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like we get more of that later on.
Yeah, for sure. So instead of Daphne falling through a trapdoor, it's Shaggy. Nice little subversion there.
We love it. Oh, okay, this is interesting. This episode is featured in a Supernatural episode because one of the characters
Hmm.
is watching the episode.
Clearly, the Supernatural writing team is Scooby Doo fans because eventually they had a crossover.
Scooby
So,
Natural. Oh, okay, sure. This line is like comparing when we see the white timber wolf's eyes in the dark cave, uh, like looking like how we see the Black Knight's eyes like glowing in the dark. All right,
mhm,
okay, sure.
sure. This is the first time where a real monster from folklore, the Yeti, is featured, but the gang never encounters.
Nope. I mean, who knows if that was a real monster per se?
I mean, some people believe the Yeti exists.
Yeah, but who knows if that guy actually encountered it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not saying it couldn't exist. I'm just saying who knows if that man encountered it.
Yeah, And it says if the sawmill really was deserted for 100 years, it would have stopped around 1870. Okay, I don't know how accurate the technology was for that time, but cool.
Um, 1870 sawmill. Those are established in 1870. Um,
I mean, that's fine. Presumably they'd have all new equipment.
okay, it doesn't. The one in the episode still looks a little bit more like newer.
Okay.
It was like, what was I calling them? Like the wood like slides. I'm not
Yeah,
seeing those in the pictures of the older sawmills.
that might be a Scooby Doo original.
It could be. Who knows? So we don't have any disguises this episode, and our
No,
Scooby snacks is just a handful or a couple. Unclear.
but we get 4 counts of Zoinks, 2 counts of Rutrow, and 2 counts of Gangway.
Gangway!
Underrated. Underrated.
Yeah. And quite a few adaptations of this, though no differences to speak of. Although, okay, I mean, maybe the episode is like different enough, but like, I'm just remembering an episode from the new Scooby Doo movies that is very similar to this.
Yeah.
Because we have like, we're going skiing. We're at a hotel. We have our cute winter clothes, and instead of I don't think it's a yeti necessarily, but it is. It is no, it's Bigfoot. That's what it is. It's Bigfoot that's after them.
Okay.
I don't think it's a sawmill, but it is like an old abandoned like building. So like my brain just keeps combining these episodes, and I'm like, oh yeah, like this is the same thing. No, it's not, but like
It's fine.
it's similar enough, and that one has Laurel and Hardy guesting. So,
Oh, wow, really? That's cool. Is this new Scooby Doo movies then? Or is that
yeah,
something else?
yeah,
Okay.
it's new Scooby Doo movies.
Cool.
Yeah, that episode is the ghost of Bigfoot. Because again, it can't just be Bigfoot; it has to be a ghost.
Why? Bigfoot's a cryptid. Why
Like,
do we need that?
it's not like we had the ghost of an ape man. We just had an ape man. Like, it's not always have to be a ghost.
Not always.
Sometimes it's just a witch. You
Well,
know?
there is a witch's ghost.
Exactly. So, Ethan, whose side are you on for this mystery?
I'm generally against jewel thievery, depending on who you're taking it from, but we never find out who it's from, so it's kind of a toss up. Because, like, yes, he does try to kill Velma, which is bad, but if he was stealing the jewels from, like, a local billionaire, that's one thing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna draw the line at like the child endangerment here.
Okay,
And
okay.
say like yes, you could be stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but like if you are ready to murder a child for that, I'm
That's
not on your
fair.
side.
That is fair. That is fair.
As much as I like you're trying to change it up, Ethan. You're trying to not
Um,
just go with the default.
yeah. I'm trying to find reasons where we don't have to side with the gang every time. And so far, we've only agreed on that one other time.
No, we've agreed on it twice.
What was the second
Clue
time?
for Scooby Doo and Foul Play in Funland.
Okay, okay.
Because we always have to side with Charlie the Robot. So,
Well, yeah, it's you.
it's me. All right, was this a good mystery?
No.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Listen, if nothing else, they're consistent.
Like, again, if you're framing it differently and it's not just about the monster and it's also like, huh, there are some suspicious guys here. Wonder what they're hiding. But it's the fact that they're like, oh no, the mystery is about the snow ghost itself. That's where you lose it. Like, I get that that's your whole gimmick, Scooby Doo, but like, maybe do something different once in a
Yeah,
while. It's okay.
but the first round of anything is not going to be perfect.
True, and this was the first round. We finished season 1. Yeah, we
Cool.
did it.
We did it.
We did it.
The next
Yay!
season is about half as long. So,
Yeah, that it is.
It's fine.
It's fine. But for now, we're gonna go split up and look for clues for our next mystery, whenever that may be.
Bye.
Bye. You can follow this podcast socials at Mysteries in the Machine Pod on Instagram. You can send a message to our email, mysteriesinthemachinepod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Ethan, on Instagram and Threads at ethan.t.hewlin. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. It's snowing. It's snowing. I wish that were real.
Snow is something I can take or leave, to be honest with you.
Okay, but like, I don't like summer, and like, every time I'm like, oh my god, it's so warm out. Nope, I think I would rather it to be snowing right now. Like, I would rather put on multiple layers instead, you know?
I think fall is the best season.
Oh, fall is the best season, correct.
Okay.
You're correct.
Because here's the thing, right? With spring, you have allergies. At least I do, right?
Yes.
Summer, it's hot as fuck, and you can't really take off everything because that's illegal.
Yeah, not great.
Winter, I hate being cold, but I'd rather be cold than hot. And with fall, it's just like the vibes, the food,
the sweaters,
the temperature. Sweaters, yes. Big fan of sweaters.
Love a sweater. Yep.
All right.
Fall is where it's at. Fall is the best holiday. Okay, so you got a good start here.
I really do. Like for the season finale, they really delivered us on a good cold open here.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna get so lucky later on, I'm sure.
I know, but I will take what I can get, and I love it. So we're gonna dive right in.
Do it. Fashion Incorporated.
They got me.
This is another good ending.